The hero's journey is used a ton across all media as it helps us tell stories that we can relate to and connect to. I would like to share a personal example of the hero's journey in my own life in order to highlight these features. This is the story of how I got my driver's license. Unlike most, I decided to hold off on learning how to drive throughout quarantine, despite everyone my age already taking that step. Quarantine had closed down everything for years, and it caused me to grow into a massive slump. This story starts not long after I turned 18. Despite my slump, my mom decided she would take that first step for me. So she set up a driving course I could finish during her 7 week long trip. Unfortunately, though, I ended up not doing the course at all. I had lost all motivation that used to drive me, and the course seemed like such a huge hassle. I ended up procrastinating the course for the full 7 weeks. So, my mom consulted our good friend Mark, and he thought if I were to drive around a parking lot to see what it's like, I might get excited and gain that motivation I needed. And he was totally right. So, with some self reflection, I decided it was time to finish the course. It wasn't such a hassle in the end, and I got it done pretty easily. I had gained so much motivation, in fact, I decided to apply for Full Sail and attend college. While it was good that I gained motivation, this put a deadline on me having to learn how to drive. The date was June 27th, and the plane for Florida was scheduled for November 2nd. This meant that I had to take my test by October 20th. That gave me 3 months. The stakes were set. For months, I drove nearly every single day, sometimes twice a day. I was slowly getting better and better, and Mark taught me all his ways. By October 1st, I practiced everything that I needed to know for the test. Well, everything except for parallel parking. I wasn't great at parking already, so parallel parking was sure to be a challenge. After practicing it for hours each night with Mark, I finally got it once. I got so close so many times, but it was just not enough. At this point, the test was scheduled for tomorrow. How on earth was I meant to get this down to a T? I'd gotten great at everything else, and this was really the only major roadblock that could prevent me from passing. Unimpressed, on October 7th, I decided to go through with the scheduled test anyway. After heading to the DMV and getting ready for the appointment, I had learned that the appointment was actually delayed a week. So this was all the time that I needed to learn parallel parking. I used every night that I could to practice, and the week went by pretty quickly. It was finally time for the test. And while it was no means perfect, I ended up parallel parking with no issues. I passed. And as a token of my accomplishment, my mom actually decided to buy me my very own car. And after getting my car and my license, I drove many times to get ready for Florida. The motivation I was able to reconquer allowed me to be more motivated than ever for the road ahead. I flew to Florida for college and decided to hone that newfound motivation to find new ways to get excited. Now I attend Full Sail University, a school built on the backbone of motivation. Oh, and of course, I drive to school each and every day. A story like this can be so captivating, as lacking motivation is a roadblock almost all of us can relate to. Even if you never learned how to drive, we all gain motivation in similar ways. My main strength is how I can accomplish what I set my mind to it as long as it excites me. And I overcame my flaws by finding that excitement to inspire my motivation. Stories using the hero's journey are as engaging as they are entertaining, and they shed light to hurdles and struggles we face every single day. It is for that reason I believe anyone can understand this story, regardless of language or culture. A simple story like this can be fun to listen to, as they allow us to look deep within ourselves to gain new perspectives. And who knows, maybe that's just the motivation we need. Thank you.